Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a video on filtering. It's been a little while since we've done a video like this, but I am quite the avid filterer. I will take every opportunity possible to get past traffic. You just so happen to be joining me in the morning on my commute to work, and as you can already see, traffic is pretty heavy. I've got about half an hour to get to work, so I haven't exactly left myself with a lot of time. But I thought I'd take this opportunity today to kind of run through how I filter, my attitudes towards filtering and what I'm looking out for, what opportunities I think are right to take, what opportunities you should avoid, or I don't know, basically not take. And this applies to all motorcycles, you guys, so the vast majority of motorcycles anyway. It's not exclusive to bikes like the MT-09 here. You can do a lot of these same techniques on bigger bikes like my ZZR 1400 or the Hayabusa. You can do this kind of stuff on bikes as small as 125s, even 50cc scooters. A lot of it doesn't really depend on the bike itself, but how you navigate the traffic. So, gosh, it's cold this morning. So when it comes to filtering, you guys, I don't understand why, but I see a lot of riders who are choosing not to filter, and even though, I don't know, some people might just see it as riders taking advantage and just just using it as a way to get to the front of the queue of traffic and things like that. It is that, and that is perhaps a benefit of filtering, but for the most part, filtering is actually keeping you safer on the roads. And if there's one thing that a lot of motorcyclists like to hear, are things that keep you safe. And this is especially true for beginners as well. I remember when I was a beginner, I got quite nervous about filtering and how drivers would feel if I was filtering and things like that. Now that just there wasn't filtering, that was overtaking, and motorcyclists like myself, we like to be a bit cheeky, and if we do see an opportunity to overtake, we're probably going to take it. Again, basically the rule of thumb when it comes to safety on the road for motorcycles, especially in Europe or the UK, where the roads are quite narrow, they're quite small, you don't exactly get a lot of space on the roads, is to try and stay away from all of the traffic for as much of the time as you possibly can. The traffic around you is the unknown, you know what I mean? It's like, that's the thing that you can't control. Everything else that you are doing on the bike, you can control, and filtering is one of those things. That right there, you guys, what I just did is perhaps some of the easiest filtering that you can do, where you've got like a hatched marking area, all the cars are stopped, and it's just a free run to the traffic light. And at the end, I got to a filter lane, I was turning right, didn't matter, I just put myself in a position on the road where the car behind me knew that I was planning to go straight on. I wasn't indicating, and that's probably the trick to this, you guys, to making this work without pissing off drivers around you, is to be as obvious as possible. Alright, put yourself on the road. Lane positioning is so important when it comes to this. Making sure you're in the right place, making sure that you are indicating, being very deliberate with your actions, so everybody around you, or as many people around you, know what you're about to do. Normally that's enough for people to let you go by, and most drivers, to be fair, they don't mind. Right here, so we're going to be taking a left, so I'm going to start indicating left here, but a lot of this traffic is going to be going straight on, and they may end up blocking the lane, see, like this here. So I'm going to find a little gap in here and just squeeze myself through. I'm going to squeeze myself through here as well. Look at that, the lights turn green straight away for us. That's giving me an opportunity to get away very, very quickly. You will get some drivers that don't like it when you filter. You will get some drivers that are very pedantic with the rules of filtering. So in the UK, technically, you're only allowed to filter when traffic is at a standstill. As soon as it starts moving, you're meant to join the lane, join the traffic, merge with the traffic. All right, but most riders don't really do that. Most riders will filter even when the traffic. Oh dear, I don't know what's going on there. They got a blowout or something. I don't know. Yeah, most riders will filter even when the traffic is moving at slower speeds. And look, to be honest with you, at that point, it's up to a police officer to decide whether or not what you're doing is incorrect. See, look, right, the light is green here, but I'm actually going to filter anyway. Some of this traffic is already moving. And look, I'm just going to find myself a slot, and boom, in I go. Now, I'm actually going to undertake this traffic here because the lane that I want to be in is in this right-hand side, and a lot of it is moving slower than I am. In fact, we can probably slow down a little bit here. But you can see that at the end of this lane, there's lots of traffic that's building up. So I'm anticipating filtering well in advance of actually filtering. And you'll find that with a lot of this stuff, because it's commuting based, a lot of it you can actually plan into your commutes. So you can figure out at which points you feel comfortable filtering on what parts of your journey. And then you just try it out on that part of the journey. If you feel comfortable doing that, then keep doing that every single day you go to work, and you'll get the hang of it. You'll get used to it. See, now I want to filter here. Let's climb front here. See, that was a tactical choice there to let this Berlingo get out in front. I probably could have got out in front of it, but I didn't need to. And just because I'm on a powerful bike like this, sure, that's fine, but I'm trying to highlight ways that you can filter on any motorcycle. But what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of it is going to come down to timing, and funnily enough, a lot of it actually comes down to how quick you are on the clutch, how good you are on the clutch, taking opportunities as and when they come up. But yeah, as I was saying before, on your daily commutes, when you plan your trip, plan the points at which you think you could filter. Like right here, for example. Alright, I'm just going to get past that car, whatever, I got the space, I'm not bothered about that. But a lot of riders might not want to take that opportunity. And that's the thing, you guys. So as you get more and more used to your commute, and you're getting more and more used to the points of your journey in which you will filter, you'll start to become a lot more comfortable and confident doing it. And eventually you will start to take as many opportunities as you can, especially when you realize how much time you're saving getting to and from work by using filtering. So here the lane has opened up a little bit, but on my way back home, this road here to my right, going the opposite direction, always gets absolutely chocker. It gets gridlocked. So navigating that is always interesting. And normally as well, I will undertake traffic here, because again, I'm anticipating filtering at the end of the line. Yeah, you can see the traffic building up at the end. There's a red light. So, you know, by the time I get there, I'm filtering. But the lights turn green, there's cars on my inside, so I'm just going to wait where I am here, wait for the traffic to move. But yeah, if that lane was clear, I probably would have jumped into it and got past some of this traffic. But, so yeah, I did mention earlier that some drivers, they won't like it when you filter. I don't know, they just get jealous or something like that, I guess. And sometimes you'll get some angry people giving you some fingers and, you know, certain hand gestures. But just remember, you guys, that filtering is legal. Alright? And even filtering in cars is legal, technically, as well. Like, if there's a filter lane, you are legally allowed to enter that filter lane, even if that means going into the opposite side of the road to filter your way past the traffic, past the congestion, to get to where you're trying to get to. That's legally in a car as well, by the way. It's not just exclusive for bikes. But yeah, be prepared. Every now and then you're going to get people that kick up a fuss and you just go, oh, whatever, blow them a kiss. Alright, it doesn't really matter. You know, at the end of the day, you're just trying to get to work, you're just trying to get home from work, trying to get there as quickly as possible and as safely as possible is very important. Now, whilst we're on this stretch of road here, which probably isn't going to require much filtering, we may as well talk about the safety aspects of filtering. I mentioned at the start of the video how it will make the ride safer for you. Well, how is that? How does filtering make the ride safer for you? How is it that I'm saying to you that I want you to stay away from as much traffic as possible, yet filtering arguably puts you closer to the traffic than you probably need to be? So the reason why filtering is important, and the reason why I encourage all riders to do it, in terms of safety anyway, when you talk about safety of the ride, it takes you out of the line of traffic. Alright, there have been so many clips that I've seen, and this has even happened personally to me when I was a kid. We were stopped at a red light and a car rear-ended us because they weren't concentrating or something like that. Whatever the excuse might be, people get rear-ended whilst they're at a standstill quite frequently. And this is one of those things that you can avoid as a motorcyclist by filtering. Getting in between the lanes allows you to stay out of the traffic. It protects you. You're using the cars around you, which normally you would want to be as far away as possible. You're using them as a buffer between you and anyone who may rear-end you. So yeah, that happened to me when I was a kid. I'm driving, it has a family. We're in the back of my dad's car. Stopped at a roundabout, red light in the middle of a roundabout. A works van was going around the roundabout, and I don't know, they were distracted or something like that, and they rammed straight into the back of us. I remember my little brother, he was probably only about 4 at the time. He was crying in hysterics, but it's funny because I even saw it coming as well. I looked and I saw the van that was on approach, and then I turned around, and as soon as I did, that's when they crashed into the back of us. We were all fine. The back end of the car needed fixing, of course, but we were all okay, luckily. But these things do happen. Unfortunately, drivers are unpredictable, and their behavior, the times at which they get distracted, is numerous, or are numerous. So anyway, right, back to the filtering tutorial. So yeah, we've got a bit of space here. I'm just gonna overtake quickly. Why not? I could even overtake again, so that's what I'm gonna do. Oh look, I got this little hatch marking area, so I'm gonna overtake doing this as well. Yeah, let's do the same with this car. Let's do the same with the next car here. See, now depending on the size of the bike that you had, you might have wanted to rejoin the traffic a little bit earlier than I did, but on something that is small and nimble with plenty of power like the MT-09 here, overtaking traffic is very, very easy. So look at that, I'm taking all the opportunities I can to get past the traffic. And look, as soon as my line of sight is blocked, I stop overtaking. Unless the traffic is moving very, very slowly, then I might have a gander, I might have a go at getting past some traffic. See, I'm going to get past here as well. The driver decided to move out of the way for me. This van here is come out because that van there is reversing out, giving them a bit of extra space. But see, the thing is, for me, overtaking is another part of filtering. It's a cousin of filtering in a lot of ways. Again, it's about taking opportunities as and when they come. See, look at that, look. I'm able to get past almost everything, and I've caught up to this van here that's slowing up all of this traffic. And in a moment here, I'm going to be able to get past that as well. But here, let's see if I can take a little opportunity here to get past this truck first. Because I could have got past it there, and normally I might have done, but like I said, I'm trying to do this in a way where you could do this on any bike, you know, not just on something like an MT-09. This is quite a good candidate really for everyday street fighting and filtering and things like that. This is an awesome street bike, arguably one of the best in the world. So it's made to do this kind of stuff. But yeah, at no point throughout this video, guys, have I done anything that is unsafe, that is dangerous. And throughout this whole time, I've been in control of the ride. I've not let any other driver around me dictate what I do. Now, what I mean by that is I don't want to be penned in by drivers. I don't want to be forced into a position on the road that I don't like. See, look, I just got past this pickup truck. I can see the van in front there is moved over, the light is changing, so I'm going to come out into this lane and filter. Now, one thing there that you want to keep in mind is that there was a junction just there where a car could have tried to come out and go right. So it is something that you got to watch out for there. Alright, junctions, hidden junctions that you might not be aware of. Like this one, for example, coming up on the left. Alright, again, that van there that came out may have wanted to go right. And if they did, then I would have had to have reacted quickly and got myself back into the traffic as quickly as possible. But I found that more often than not with bikes, there are a lot of opportunities to actually rejoin the traffic without actually having to be out of the way, because there's, you know, on even roads like these, you guys, there's quite a lot of space here. See, look, I'm looking at that Nissan there who's indicating, so I'm going to stop filtering for now, because otherwise they're going to cut me off. But you see, even on roads like this, there's plenty of space to come back in again. So I'll give you an example. Like here, for example, I'm still in the lane here, and you've still got enough room to let the traffic go on either side of you. And this is the art of filtering. The art of filtering safely. You are going to get some riders, you guys, that will be a little bit too, what's the word, I don't know. They'll be a little bit too forthcoming with the whole filtering thing. But there are plenty of areas of your ride where you can include filtering that is perfectly legit, perfectly safe, as I demonstrated today. There are other opportunities that I might have taken on a normal ride, yes, but look, I like to be a bit cheeky, and you'll grow to be a little bit cheeky as well. Drivers around you might not like it, but as long as you're doing it safely and you're getting away from the traffic, that is the most important thing, you guys. Now, I mentioned earlier about lane positioning. So lane positioning, I find it really beneficial to be in lane 3 over here, so basically as close to oncoming traffic as possible, because that gives me the full line of sight of what's going up ahead of me. I can see oncoming traffic, I can see if there are any gaps in the line, I can see if traffic lights are changing, I can see if something is happening a bit further along that will give me the clue that I can filter at a moment's notice. And this should be a part of your everyday ride, you guys. Oh dear, dearie me. People don't understand how quick bikes are, do they, at all? I wasn't even going for it then either. But yeah, plenty of cars that I've overtaken and filtered today. Most of the time within the speed limit as well. Perfectly legit to do. Keeps you safe. Uses the traffic around you as a buffer between you and anyone who isn't concentrating. So one last bit of filtering here. So I can't go in the middle there because there isn't enough space, but I can go around the outside here. There we go. Boop. Done. In a lot of cases, you may find yourself going over the red lines. To me, I don't think that's a problem unless you're getting yourself stuck in the section where pedestrians are meant to be crossing. That's a bit of a dick move. If I find myself in that situation, which only happens on a few occasions, none are coming to mind right now, but I'm pretty sure that's happened to me in the past. I will actually go out a bit further and get past the pedestrian crossing area, so then I'm not in their way. But there are lots of nuances to this, you guys. This isn't a comprehensive guide by any stretch of the imagination, but hopefully it's giving you some ideas and it allow you to try out filtering for yourselves. There are lots of younger riders and older riders that don't filter for whatever reason, but hopefully in today's video I've given you the tools for you to try it out. But thank you ever so much for joining us on our ride today on the awesome Yamaha MT-09. If you've enjoyed it, if you found it informative, if this has inspired you to try out some filtering, go ahead, leave that like, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. But you guys take care, you ride safe, we'll catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.